Let's talk about this guy named Joe Biden, okay? Let's talk about what he's got going on. Okay, so Joe Biden proposes largest tax increase since LBJ, Political Insider. Biden's 2023 fiscal budget proposes that all the bad ideas that Congress won't pass and adds a new twist to coveted liberal wealth tax. Biden's wish list calls for increasing the top marginal tax rate to 39.6 from 37. It would also nearly double on capital gains to 39.6. For people earning over $1 million, this would be the highest tax rate on investment gains since 1920s. This tax unrealized gains, which are not taxed until assets are converted to income, since liquid assets make up less than 20% of the wealth, investors will have to incentivize to hold liquid assets such as real estate to avoid liquidating stocks to pay taxes rather than sell stocks to diversify to reinvest. Investors will be forced to sell stocks to pay taxes on realized capital gains. Do you think there is a chance that any of this stuff's going to pass through? Or do you think a guy named Joe Manchin is going to say, listen, have I not already made it clear? I'm not supporting a massive tax increase. What do you think is going to happen here?
I think you're right. I don't think anything is going to really get passed. Maybe a baby step, maybe a part of that proposal gets through that everyone can agree upon as a reasonable tax. But that at least we're talking about politics now. What we should be talking about, tax rates. What is a fair tax rate? What is an unfair tax rate? What is an unfair loophole for the wealthy? What is a bad policy? You always talk about Democrats having terrible fiscal policy. What are the good policies? Where do you draw the line when you talk about taxes being a punishment or a reward for being a member of a society where you can become wealthy? What is that line? And that's what the debate is. And it shifts depending on the economic state of the country, doesn't it?
Let me ask you. Yeah. So how hard do you think it is to start a business and make it succeed? How hard do you think it is?
I know how hard it is.
Okay, how hard do you think it is?
It's really hard.
So unpack that. Like, how hard is really hard? Like, what does
a lifetime of commitment.
Does it affect your personal life?
In every way.
Do you miss some birthdays? Do you miss practices? Do you miss dinners? Do you miss how many people are willing to go through that? Okay, so now let's go another side. What else, a job or occupation, is harder than being a business owner? That requires a lot of risk and requires you having to do work that you're not going to get paid maybe any money for a while. What's harder job than that?
Professional athlete.
I think professional.
That's just random. That's just.
But I think that's
genetics,
a game, though. I think that's genetics. A part of it is genetics. A part of it is I can't jump 46 inches, right? So I think that is the luck of the draw. Like Shannon Sharp says, listen, man, I understand. I was born like this. Mm-hmm. There's nothing you can do to be as athletic as I am, right? You seen Shannon Sharp?
Yeah.
Guy's a monster, right? What do you think's as hard as that?
I struggle to answer that question because I think every endeavor is a business, right? Unless you're an artist, but you're still trying to sell your art. You still got to eat.
Yeah, but the risk of starting a business, putting all your money in it, it is so challenging. So Hollywood, let's go to Hollywood. It is so hard to make it in Hollywood. How hard is it?
It's easier to get struck by lightning twice in your life than to be a successful working actor.
Okay, so look what you just said right there. By the way, I'm not okay.
Really?
So yeah. So let me ask you a question. You think Steph Curry? Do we have a Stephen Curry without a Del Curry?
No.
No, we don't have a Stephen Curry without Del Curry. Do we have a Peyton Manning or Eli Manning without Archie Manning? No.
Sir.
Do we have a Tiger Woods without his father? No. Do we have the Williams sisters without the father?
King
Richard? No, we don't have it, right? Okay. So that's luck of the draw, right? Who your father is. There's a lot of incentive and benefits that you have with that. But some of these guys that work their asses off to get there, man, if a guy gets paid a lot of money and he had to do a lot of sacrifice and work to get there, I support that cause for him to make that money. You have to create incentive for whatever is very, very hard, or else people are just not going to do it. That's the basic premise for me with taxes, right?
I get that.
Whatever's very hard, I want to create that incentive bigger for you. So now, as a government, when it comes down to taxes, so you're a parent, you have kids, you're a parent, you have 2 kittens. I'm a parent, I have 4 kids, right? As a parent who has kids, you as a parent sit there and say, that guy took that pressure off my plate. Wow, pretty impressive.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.